Hello, strong people. Week 2, day 2. Forgot what day it was. Week 2, day 2 of All-American Pro-Am prep, sprinkled in with a little bit of America's Strongest Man stuff. It's deadlift day. We got, deadlift and sandbag toss. So, crap. Can I get my yoke out of there? I still have this jammer, that hammer strength jammer over here, and I can't pull my car in as far as I used to, so I don't know if I can get my yoke out of here. I need to, because I want to throw over the bar. Throwing bags and throwing bags over a bar are two different things. So, but we have bags first, very light. I think it's triples maybe, at like 35 pounds. Ooh. I want to try something. I've tried it before, but it was not quite the correct way. I'll get into that in a second. But what we got, sandbag toss, some deadlifts, frame deadlifts. It's like an EMOM, like a 5 reps every minute on the minute. I don't know how many minutes, but that's going to suck. Especially because we're doing it at a lower height. It's like 760 for 5s. Every minute on the minute. I don't know how many minutes. I hope it's not more than like 3. If it's like 5, we're going to be in trouble. And then we have pin holds again. So, hope to do a little bit better this week on those. The hand is healed up a little bit better. Stupid fly. Oh, I'm dumb. I got grass everywhere. I wore these shoes this morning to take out the dogs, and my wife mowed yesterday. So I have like all that fresh dewy grass stuck to these shoes, and now it's all over the platform. That's annoying. But pin holds, the hand is healed up a little bit better from tearing that callus at Battle at the Bridge. So hopefully get a better idea on that, because it's near max today. I don't remember what Josh is doing. I know the comp weight is 500, but I don't know if that's in plate weight or if they're also counting the, I think they're just doing plate weight in that, give or take. But it's with, the pin itself is like 15 pounds or something. So I'm not counting the pin in training. So it's going to be like 490 today or something like that. So just under comp weight, like 2 short runs and then 1 max time run. So we'll see what we get up to there. I don't even know what's after that. So, but I've talked enough. Let's try to weasel this yoke out of here so I can actually throw over a bar today. So it's stupid hot once again. I'm literally just talking to you and I'm sweating, which is not uncommon. That's just kind of me. So, but let's get into it. That was fine. The first 2 sets I had technique was really bad. I was like short arming it with the right arm and then doing it correctly with the left, and it was just kind of all over the place. For whatever reason, I was like scared I was going to hit my head, even though I wasn't even close to the yoke. So that was a bad first couple sets there. The ones later on I didn't quite record, but the ones I did record, I kind of woke up, later on, but first couple were just bad. They cleared because it's a lightweight, but still, it's a good chance to work on technique. And something that I mentioned earlier on that I kind of cut myself short on, there's something, I forget what this guy called them. I got him from I think he's an 80 kg guy, Zach Schultz. I've seen these before, but they were a little bit different than what he said. So it's a sandbag toss variation, and you pretty much start all the way back. So like you're squatted down like where you would be if you're about to explode out of the hole in the sandbag. You start there, and the bag is back like behind your legs. So like you're about to explode out of the hole, and you just go from there. So it's like a dead stop, no, what's it called? No, like, rebound out of the hole, no stretch reflex. That's the word I was looking for. No stretch reflex out of the hole, so you're generating all the power from dead stop. And those are pretty cool. When I've done them before, I did them, looking back on it, it's like, duh, why would you do it that way? But I started with, like, the bag between my legs, which you want it between your legs, but you want it, like, further back behind you where you're going to be swinging it on the drawback. So I don't know why I didn't think about that before. But this way you can generate complete power from the full backswing, but with none of the stretch reflex. So it kind of helps. I might add in a few of those to warm up every session just to see, because I got to get better. I need that 55 at this show. I need it. I got very close at the OSG Regional, and I believe we started, I don't remember now. I think it might have been the same run, or no, I think 55 was the last bag in the run. So maybe I'll have one less bag before it this time, I think. So maybe I'll be able to get it. I don't know. I need to get it though. The 55 has to go over. A quick 4 is going to be okay, I think, but it's not going to be good enough. So, but that's bag toss. So I'm going to get warmed up for frame here. It is 760. I believe it's sets of 5, 3 minute, every minute on the minute. So 15 total reps. I'm probably going to record these. I'm just going to guess at a minute in between. But we'll see. I don't really feel all that great. I didn't get as much water as I wanted to today. I am sticking to the liquid IV during training because that seems to help. But I sat down for a little bit after just to kind of rehydrate because I didn't drink anything while throwing or warming up or whatever. So I feel a little bit better, but we'll see how we actually feel once I start pulling some deadlifts here. All right, so this is gonna suck really bad, I think. So this is 770. I could have done 425 or 4.5 to make this 760 on the dot, but that's kind of dumb. So I think 770 or 771 is 350 kg. So that sounds cooler. Let me turn off this fan. There we go. All right, so 770, every minute on the minute, 5 reps. This is, all right, so not only is this lower than what I've been training, because the frame at Battle of the Bridge was like 19 inches, it was super high. This is actually, I'm actually standing on mats too, so it's like probably another, I don't know, inch or so. Realistically, it might not be enough of a whatever you want to call it, because it's a low pick for this car deadlift. Now there is a lot of play at the beginning of it. It doesn't, like, there's bend to it, and then it kind of leaves the ground, starts leaving the ground probably 13 inches, give or take. It gets tough at the top, it appears. So I have used this car deadlift frame before. I actually bought this from a buddy who was big into strongman before I really got into it. We trained together a little bit after he was kind of done competing, and he had some leftover equipment, so I bought this car deadlift frame, and now I sold it to Josh down at 580, and now here we are, like 5 years after that, we get to use it. So it's come full circle. So I've used it before, but it's been a long time. So I'm gonna kind of flip the switch here a little bit. This isn't like your normal every minute on the minute. This should be heavy, I'm expecting. So center. No, that is not an every minute on the minute weight. I don't think we thought this through. That's sets. That is sets. That is not every minute on the minute. Yeah, that's a whole new ball game there. All right, put a pause on this, and I'm going to come back to that. Ooh. All right, so I enjoyed like none of that. That's going to be a challenge. I'm going to have to fix that. I've been pulling from such a high height. This is it's feeling very drastic. I mean, we're talking about like a 4 to 6 inch difference probably. Going from 19 inches to probably 13 or 15, somewhere in there. The actual start of the pull is lower than that, but the weight doesn't really kick in until probably that 13 to 15 inch area. So I got to go even lower than this. I'm a little bit concerned about losing a foot because obviously, I'll try to show you here. So I don't know how well you can see, but there's a gap under here. And if I put any more mats over, if I put any more mats down there to boost myself up so it's a lower pick height, if I'm off center a little bit, I'm going to crush my foot. So I got to be a little bit mindful of that. I realized my thumb was over the camera. Plus, if I go any higher to where the farmers are actually touching the mats, then it's going to be offset forward to back. So it's going to actually lift the farmers off the ground, off their feet. So, I don't know. What do I want to do? I don't think the right idea is to go to my trap bar, just because it's going to feel a little bit different than the car. Obviously, both of these are going to be different than the actual car deadlift, but I think this is going to feel closer to the car deadlift than my trap bar would. Of course, I would be able to get closer to the correct height using the trap bar, at least more safely. But I think this is a closer replica, so I'm going to have to play with that next week. I let my coach know, and he's kind of on the same page. Obviously, it's late at night. It's later at night for him. He goes to bed like pretty early, so I wasn't going to bother him with a bunch of like whatever. I just called my audible, stopped the EMOM, did regular sets. They moved better as I got more used to the height. I got to remember that I got to figure out what it was. I got to see what the Kabuki bar was. At Nationals 2024? No, 2023. We had that max Kabuki trap bar deadlift. And I pulled 948 on that, and that was a low pick. So like I've done this before. It's just a matter of coming back to it. It's just a different lift coming from 19 inches down to like 13 to 15. So That's going to be, we're going to have to improve that. I need better leg drive on that. It was pretty poor tonight. I tried to, it got better as I went, but it still could be even better, a lot better. But I'm going to move on to whatever's next. I think I have some light RDLs, and then we're going to do the pin holds, I believe. So I'll probably show those next. I'll check in with you guys on that. All right, end of the session. Those pin holds fried my brain a little bit. Ears started to go on that one. Everything started to go. That's kind of how those events go. Everything starts to kind of break down. I actually sweat off of my my little nose strip there tonight. So that was cool. I don't know that I've actually done that. So that's how hot it was tonight. But still a good session. I was adjusting technique on those pin holds. I had 2 sets of between 10 to 15 seconds and then the max time set. On the first set, I kind of did what I normally do. On the second set, I kind of widened my stance. Not really widened. I kind of pointed my feet out more and sat back into my hips a little bit more so I could be more upright. I then tried to replicate that for the max time set because I think it felt better. 10 to 15 seconds is kind of a hard time to really judge, feel what's better. But I think it was fine. Oddly enough, in that top set, my hands actually gave out. Like the grip started to go rather than my legs, which every other week it's been the legs start to go. Like the full body goes before the grip. I don't want to make excuses, but I mean, it's humid. I'm sweaty. The sweat's running into my hands while I'm trying to do the set. So that could be a problem. But it's going to be like that the day of, most likely. We're outside in August, so there's that off chance it's going to be like a nice 70, but if it's 90, then so be it. That's what I train in, so we'll be ready for it. It's going to be a weird event. I think a minute's going to be a good time. I got like, almost 45 there, so I think that's okay, but I don't think that's going to be great. It's a weird event. You don't really know what to expect on events like this. You don't know. I don't know. Leverage wise, I don't know if this is like a thick guy's event. I almost feel like some of us might be getting in the way of ourselves as far as leverages and everything else in this event, but it doesn't really matter. You just hold the thing and hope it's strong, man. So I think it'll be all right. I don't have much else to say other than I've been out here too long. As you can see, it's dark. So it's time to go inside, get some food. I'm going to go watch North America's Strongest Man Day 2. Lucas Hatton's uploaded that. Well, I say him, it's on his channel, but I know it wasn't him that went and got all the videos. So props to those guys because it was really good. Everything, like I know that it was just like a guy with a camera standing there just like recording everything, but like it was perfect. I got everything I could ever want. I wouldn't even care if World's Strongest Man did it this way. I see every event. I see the whole thing. None of the garbage where you only show certain athletes. I saw everybody go through each turn. That's what I want to see. But that's cool. I'm going to go watch that. So press tomorrow. I think it's log incline, so I'm going to get to use my new bench a little bit more. I'm going to have to adjust that just because it feels different than my other one, but we'll get used to it. So until next time, go out, get strong, stay strong, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.